Sumir's message read, "I am so sorry, Riku. I can't come today. I'll explain later. Really sorry."
6 times. In 2 months, she's canceled 6 times.
Every text ended with a crying emoji and a promise to explain, but the explanation never came. His wall calendar told the story. 5 red X's already. He added a 6th, pressing hard.
The memorial is in 3 days. I can't finish this alone.
He'd asked Sumire to help because she was Yuki's best friend. She'd agreed so eagerly.
Is she avoiding me? Can't she even look at me without seeing Yuki? Why won't she just tell me what's going on? I am not a stranger.
The memorial he'd planned for months was falling apart. Sumire was supposed to be his partner. Instead, she had become a ghost.
I am done waiting. I'll do it myself. And I am going to find out exactly what she's hiding.
Riku grabbed his jacket and drove to the memorial venue. He wasn't going to wait for her anymore. 2 months ago, Sumire had practically begged to help. She said it was the least she could do.
I want to do everything for Yuki. Please, Riku, let me be part of this.
But now, she'd vanished. 6 cancellations. Not a single honest explanation.
The venue was locked, but he had the key. Inside, the air was stale and still. The hall was untouched. Chairs stacked, the photo board empty, as if no one had been here except for the altar. There, a stunning arrangement of lilies and roses stood. The card in Sumir's handwriting read, "For Yuki, I am so sorry I couldn't save you."
Riku stared at the card. Sumire did this? When had she come? Why?
He walked to the security office and demanded to see the camera recordings from the past week. The security guard hesitated, but Riku's glare made him comply. The monitor lit up with the venue's empty hall. Riku fast-forwarded through empty hours. Then the timestamp froze. 4:02 a.m. A figure. It was Sumire. Unmistakable. Her mint green hair catching the security light.
She's been sneaking in before dawn. For weeks. And I never knew.
She carried boxes of decorations, unfolded chairs one by one, and arranged the altar flowers. She stayed until pre-dawn, then slipped away.
She didn't cancel the work. She's been doing it all along. She canceled our meetings.
He spotted the seating chart. Yuki's name in the center, surrounded by friends. The photo boards bore her touch.
Why hide all this? Why can't she just look at me?
The note's words echoed. "I am so sorry I couldn't save you." Riku's confusion twisted into a desperate need for answers.
No more texts. I am going to her apartment right now and getting the truth.
The evening streets blurred past as Riku drove to Sumire's apartment, his grip tight on the wheel, the unanswered texts stinging like fresh wounds. He stormed up the stairs and pounded on her door, the sound echoing through the quiet building like a challenge.
Riku? What are you doing here at this hour?
Don't play innocent. I saw the security footage. You've been sneaking in at 4 in the morning.
I can explain. It's not. I was just trying to finish the preparations.
Then why cancel on me? Why hide? You are doing everything alone. In the dark.
Please, Riku. You don't understand. I can't meet you during the day. It's too hard.
Why? What's wrong with meeting me? We're both grieving Yuki. Don't shut me out.
I am sorry. I am so sorry. I'll try to meet you tomorrow. I promise. Just go. Please.
Riku stared at her for a long moment, searching her face for the truth. Then he turned away, knowing tomorrow would bring another cancellation. The next morning, as expected, Sumire canceled. Riku didn't even open the message fully. He just glimpsed the crying emoji and swiped away.
She's not going to escape this time. I'll be there tonight, and I'll see exactly what she's hiding.
He drove to the venue at 2 a.m., parked far away, and waited in the cold, silent darkness for hours. At 3:47 a.m., a small figure appeared under the dim security light. Sumire, right on schedule. She unlocked the door and slipped inside. Riku followed moments later, heart pounding in his chest. He crept into the hall and saw her kneeling in front of Yuki's altar, her shoulders heaving with silent sobs.
I killed you, Yuki. It's my fault. I can't let anyone see me. I don't deserve to be seen.
Riku froze, his anger draining away, replaced by a cold, sharp understanding. This wasn't avoidance, this was guilt. She collapsed forward, hugging the altar, her whole body trembling as if the darkness itself were pressing in on her.
She thinks she caused the accident. That's why she can't face me in daylight. I need the real story. Sumire, I heard everything. You think you killed Yuki? Tell me what really happened that night.
You shouldn't be here. Leave me alone. I can't face you. Please, just go.
Number, you've been hiding long enough. We're both here for Yuki. If you cared about her, tell me the truth.
I was driving. It was my fault. If I had been faster or smarter, she'd still be alive.
That's why you've been canceling. Because you blame yourself? Sumire, you are not making sense.
I can't look at anyone in daylight. Every sunbeam feels like an accusation. I don't deserve to stand in the light.
Riku knelt beside her, his anger gone. Now only a desperate need to understand. The memorial was in 2 days.
The memorial is in 2 days. Everything you've done here. Flowers, photos. It means nothing if you disappear. Help me finish it.
I finish everything at night. That's the only time I can breathe. But I can't stand before you. Before everyone, under the sky.
She stood and stumbled toward the door, leaving Riku alone with her words, a puzzle he had to solve before daybreak. Alone in the dark venue, Riku replayed Sumire's words. Her terror was real, but something didn't add up. Dawn light crept through the windows as he finally forced himself to leave.
The police report listed Yuki as the driver, but Sumire just said she was driving. Which one is the truth?
Back at his apartment, Riku pulled the official accident report from a folder on his laptop, scanning every line for inconsistencies. The report clearly stated, driver deceased, passenger survived with minor injuries. No mention of seat switching, no witness interviews, no doubt.
If Sumire was driving, why does the report say otherwise? Did they switch seats before impact? That would change everything.
He found a grainy photo of the wreckage. The passenger side was crushed, but the driver's side remained eerily intact.
The passenger took the hit. If Sumire was driving, she'd be dead. Unless they switched at the last second.
He called the precinct, but the officer refused to discuss an active case. The truth was locked behind closed doors.
I have to make her tell me the real story. But how? Every meeting terrifies her. The daylight is her enemy.
48 hours until the memorial. Riku stared at the calendar, the weight of an impossible question crushing him. How to hold a goodbye when the one who made it all possible can't face the light. Riku picked up his phone, hesitating. He typed a message to Sumire, choosing his words with desperate care. The message read, Sumire, I know this is hard. Please meet me outside the venue at sunset. No pressure. Just talk.
I have to try. If she can't even face dusk, then I'll know for sure just how deep her pain runs.
Sumire's reply came an hour later. A single word, okay. As the sky deepened, Riku waited by the venue's glass doors. Sumire appeared, walking slowly, her silhouette trembling against the dying light.
I am here. What do you want?
To understand, you've done everything for Yuki's memorial. I just want you to be part of it, no matter what you think you did.
But as the sun dipped below the horizon, Sumire's breath grew ragged. Her eyes darted, seeing not the empty street but the crash.
I can't. The light, it's grabbing me. I have to go.
She fled, leaving Riku frozen as the last orange glow vanished. He understood now, even twilight was a prison. Now he knew what he had to do. That night, Riku drove home in silence, the darkness of the city matching the ache in his chest. Sumira's terror was not a rejection. It was a cage she had locked herself in. At 2 a.m., he sent another message. Sumire, I know you switched seats with Yuki before the crash. Please talk to me. I need to understand.
No reply. She's reading the messages. I know it. She just can't answer.
Before dawn, he stood outside her apartment, the cold air sharp. He knocked softly, then louder, calling her name.
Go away, Riku. I can't. I just can't.
I know you are suffering, but I am not your enemy. Yuki wouldn't want this. Please, just tell me the truth about that night.
The door shut. From inside, he heard her slide down to cry. He slipped a note under the door. In that note, he promised to wait at the venue at sunrise, no matter what, and he would change everything for her if she'd just come.
1 day left. If I have to carry this memorial alone, I will. But I won't give up on her.
His phone buzzed once. A voice message from Sumire, barely a whisper. We switched, 20 seconds before. She made me. I am sorry. Then silence.
20 seconds. That was the difference. Sumire wasn't the driver. She was the one saved by Yuki's choice.
Riku listened to the message again. Sumire's broken whisper echoing in the empty apartment. The guilt she carried was never hers to bear alone. He grabbed his car keys. There was only one way to break the cycle. The memorial had to happen at dawn, the only hour she could face. He dialed every relative, every friend, his voice urgent. We're moving the service to 5 a.m. tomorrow. Can you come, please?
It's for Sumire. You know how much she's suffered. Please, just be there at first light.
One by one, the confirmations came. Hesitant voices, surprise, but ultimately agreement. He only needed Sumire's yes.
I can't promise I'll come. Don't do this for me.
Then come for Yuki. This is her hour now. The sunrise she always loved. She'd want you there more than anyone.
The night stretched endlessly. At 4 a.m., he stood alone in the empty venue as the first hints of gold touched the sky. Outside, a single car pulled up. A figure in black stepped out, clutching a white flower. Then another, then more. 40 people, arriving in silence, for Sumire as much as for Yuki. Inside, the guests sat in hushed rows, the golden light growing stronger. Every face turned toward the altar, but Riku's eyes stayed on the door.
She has to come. After everything, she has to see this. The sunrise she couldn't face, now wrapping around her.
Then the door opened. All heads turned. Sumire stood there, a silhouette against the blazing horizon. Trembling but resolute, she wore the black dress with the white flower pin, the same one from all those nights. Her hands shook, but she walked forward.
Sumire, you came. I have something for you.
He placed a folded paper in her hands, the speech she had written for Yuki months ago. Now the podium stood empty, waiting.
I can't. Everyone will know. They'll hate me for what I did.
Number. They'll see the truth. That you loved her enough to bear this pain. And they'll honor her through you.
Yuki, give me strength. Let me finally tell them.
40 people held their breath as she unfolded the paper. The first words trembled from her lips, and the hall fell into a silence, deeper than the night she'd been hiding in.
Yuki wasn't just my best friend. She was the reason I am still breathing, and I've never told anyone why. That night, I was driving. Yuki was in the passenger seat. We were laughing, singing until the headlights came right at us.
Sumire's voice broke, but she forced herself to continue, every word a blade she had carried for a year.
She screamed, "Switch," and grabbed the wheel. In that split second, she shoved me aside and took my place. She became the driver.
Gasps rippled through the guests. Riku's hand tightened on the edge of his seat, his eyes fixed on Sumire.
She died in my seat. The seat that should have been mine. I've been hiding from the sun because it feels like her eyes, asking why I lived.
So that's it. Every cancellation, every night in this hall, she was punishing herself for surviving.
All the flowers, the photos, the chairs, I arranged them in the dark because I couldn't bear to be seen until Riku forced the sunrise upon me.
Riku's throat tightened. She wasn't a ghost. She was a prisoner of her own guilt, and the sunrise was the first key.
I don't know if I deserve to stand here, but Yuki would want me to try. So, thank you, Riku. Thank you, Riku. Thank you for dragging me into the light.
The hall erupted in quiet sobs and nods. Sumire's confession had cracked something open in every heart present. An elderly woman rose, embraced Sumire tightly, and whispered, "Yuki is proud of you, child." Riku stepped to the podium, his eyes red, but his voice steady, the crowd silent once more.
My sister knew exactly what she was doing. She couldn't let you die. That's who Yuki was. Sumire. You've carried her last wish on your shoulders. It's time to let us help you carry it now.
Sumire's tears fell freely, but this time they were not of guilt. They were of release. The guests nodded, hands reaching out, the room no longer a memorial of grief, but of shared burden.
Let's join hands. A moment of silence for Yuki, and for the ones she saved.
The sun crested the windows, flooding the hall in pure gold. For the first time in a year, Sumire felt warmth without fear. As the memorial ended, she looked out at the dawn, not healed, but no longer hiding. The first step into a new light. The guests slowly departed, each offering a kind word or a touch to Sumire's shoulder. Riku stood apart, waiting until they were alone.
Riku, I don't know how to thank you. You gave me back something I thought I'd lost forever.
You did the heavy lifting. I just shone a light on it. But Sumire, what happens now? Where do you go from here?
I need to leave this city for a while. Too many memories. I found a job in a small town, a chance to start over.
She's leaving. After everything, she's still running away, but this time it's not from guilt. It's from me.
I leave in 2 weeks. I'll always be grateful, Riku. You'll never know how much this memorial meant.
2 weeks. I can't just let her vanish again. But what right do I have to stop her? She doesn't owe me anything.
They sat in silence as the sun climbed higher. The world felt different, yet fragile, like a soap bubble ready to burst.
Sumire, would you consider staying? Not for Yuki. For me. I don't want you to disappear again.
Sumire stared at him, her answer trapped behind a cage of old fears. The next 2 weeks would determine everything.
I don't know if I can stay. I need time, Riku. Time to figure out who I am without this guilt crushing me.
What are you saying? Are you still leaving?
The job starts in 2 weeks, but maybe I don't have to disappear completely. I just need to go to breathe, to become whole. If we could just wait 3 months, give me 3 months to find myself. Then ask me again.
3 months of silence. Can I survive that? After everything, can I just wait? I'll wait. But Sumire, promise me one thing. No more hiding in the dark. If you need help, call me.
I promise. And Riku, thank you for understanding.
They stood, the morning now bright around them. They walked slowly back to her apartment, the distance between them filled with unspoken hope. At her door, they paused. Sumire squeezed his hand and whispered, 3 months. Just hold on. Then she disappeared inside. Riku stood alone in the hallway, the silence deafening. The hardest part wasn't letting her go. It was trusting that she'd come back. The 2 weeks passed in a blur. Riku buried himself in work, but every empty evening reminded him of the silence she left behind. True to her word, Sumire sent a message each week. Simple texts, "I am okay. The mountains are quiet, short, but enough to keep the tether alive."
3 months. 90 days. Some days I count every hour. But at least she's not hiding anymore.
On her last day in the city, he drove past her apartment. The windows were dark, but he saw her silhouette move behind the glass. He didn't stop. The morning of her departure, a small package arrived at his door. Inside, a pressed white flower and a note, "Thank you for the sunrise. I'll bring you one when I return."
She left a piece of Yuki's memorial and a promise.
Weeks turned into months. Riku visited the memorial venue often, watching the sun rise alone, waiting. At the 2-month mark, her messages stopped. The silence returned, heavier than before.
Did she forget? Did she decide not to come back? Or is she struggling again?
Then, on the 85th day, a single line arrived. "I think I am ready. Meet me at the venue. At sunrise." 3 days. 3 days felt like a lifetime. Riku barely slept, replaying her message over and over, the words burning into his mind.
This time, it's not a memorial. It's a new beginning. Or the end of waiting forever.
The morning arrived cold and clear. He drove to the venue, the roads empty, the sky still dark with the last stars. He parked and walked to the familiar spot, his breath fogging in the chill. Then, under the first gold of sunrise, he saw her.
Riku.
She stood where she once fled from light, facing the coming dawn without flinching. Months ago, this would have shattered her.
You are here. I was afraid you wouldn't come.
I made a promise, and I've had time. Real time to think, to breathe, to remember who I was before the guilt.
They sat on the steps, like before, but this time, the distance between them had shrunk to a hand's breadth.
This is the moment. Ask her now. But the words stick. What if she's still not ready?
You are thinking so loudly I can almost hear it. Just ask me, Riku. I am not fragile anymore.
Her words cracked the last wall between them. Riku took a breath, feeling the weight of a year's waiting finally lift.
Sumire, I've waited 3 months, but I've been waiting for you since the day I met you. Stay with me.
I came back to bring you a sunrise, but I want to give you every sunrise from now on. Yes, Riku, I'll stay.
They leaned in, foreheads touching, the sun fully risen around them. The venue, once a place of grief, now held the beginning of a future. Later, they walked hand in hand away from the venue. The white flower in Sumire's pocket matched the one Riku kept on his desk, 2 halves of the same promise.
No more cancellations. But you know, if you ever need to hide at 4 a.m., I'll come find you. Every time.
I won't need to, because now I know the dark doesn't erase what's waiting in the light.
A single petal from the memorial lily drifted past them, carried by the wind toward the place where Yuki's name still stood, now surrounded not by grief, but by a love that had finally learned to breathe. The sun had risen. And this time, neither of them was running from it. The next morning, Riku's phone buzzed. No crying emoji this time, just a photo of Sumire, smiling, with the sunrise behind her. Her message read, "Good morning, Riku. No cancellations today."
No cancellations. She's really here to stay.
He typed back, "Good morning. How about coffee at sunrise?" Every sunrise, an hour later, they sat together in his living room, coffee cups in hand, the awkwardness of before replaced by an easy silence.
I want to visit Yuki again. Not to hide, but to thank her properly. With you.
Then let's go. she'd like that.
They returned to the venue in the late afternoon, the sun still warm. This time, Sumire walked through the doors without trembling. At the altar, Sumire placed a fresh lily and whispered, "Thank you for letting me live." As they left, Riku glanced back. The place that once felt like a cage, now felt like a sanctuary. And Sumire's hand in his was the proof. Months later, in Riku's apartment, a calendar hung on the wall. Not a single red X marked any date.
Look what I found in the closet. The first invitation card for the memorial. It still smells like rain.
That day feels like another lifetime. You were a ghost, and I was an idiot who didn't understand.
You weren't an idiot. You were the one who dragged me into the light, remember? Even when I fought you.
They laughed, the sound filling the room that had once known only silence. The calendar now held birthdays, anniversaries, and sunrise reminders.
You know, I kept every one of your cancellation texts. I was so angry back then. Now they're proof of how strong you are.
Proof that you never gave up, even when everyone else might have.
That evening, they walked to the venue again, not for a memorial, but to watch the sunset from the steps that had witnessed their beginning. Hand in hand, they didn't need words. The sky painted itself in gold and pink, a daily promise that no darkness lasts forever. And on the calendar, under the next sunrise date, Riku had already written in blue ink, "She said yes." The next morning, soft light slipped through the curtains, painting golden stripes across the bedroom floor. Two figures slept peacefully, the silence filled not with absence, but with rest.
Good morning, Riku.
Morning. No cancellations today either.
Later, with coffee in hand, they stood before the calendar. The blue-inked words, "She said yes," had a companion now, a small pressed white flower tucked into the frame.
This calendar used to be a battlefield. Now look, birthdays, trips, even a sunrise hike next Thursday.
I'll never take a single sunrise for granted again. Not after losing you to the dark for so long.
They stepped outside, the world already awake. Hand in hand, they walked toward the park where the sunrise would soon break over the treetops. The sun crested the horizon, and they stopped. Sumire opened her palm. A fresh lily petal rested there, caught by the wind. She smiled at Riku. "Tell Yuki we're okay," she whispered. And the wind carried her words toward the dawn. And on the calendar, a new entry had been made, circled in gold. A date with no cancellations. Only a single word. Forever. Months later, the memorial venue stood unchanged, its quiet halls still waiting for the dawn, but nothing else was the same. Where there had been ghostly silences, now there were laughter and plans for tomorrow, carried on the morning air.
Look, Riku. The sunrise is exactly the same as that first day you dragged me here, but I am not afraid anymore.
It's brighter now. Maybe because you are seeing it with open eyes.
On the altar, a single white lily rested beside Yuki's photograph, fresh, not wilting. A symbol of remembrance, but also of renewal. Tucked beside it, someone had left a calendar page from that first meeting, covered in X's, with a handwritten note. "Thank you for never canceling on us." Riku picked it up, a quiet laugh escaping him. The X's that once felt like daggers had become stepping stones to this exact moment.
Forever. That's what this is now. No more goodbyes, only good mornings.
They walked out, hand in hand, leaving the page behind, its red X's now a testament to the love they'd built from the ruins of grief. The sun climbed higher, and somewhere in the breeze, a single lily petal danced, a quiet promise that some cancellations are not endings, but the beginning of forever.